It's the show that you asked for. It's Keeping It Real Sports. And I'm the Real Sports Guy. I'm Steve Taylor. He is the Sandman, Andy Sandana. Sandman, talk to me, my brother.
Steve Taylor, I got my brownies on tomorrow night. It's going to be a short week for me.
Yeah, it is. Man, we got so much to get to. Here is the time of year, Andy, where it is an equinox of sports, where all of the sports come together. And we're going to give all of them a little bit of play right here. Let's start it up. Let's get in a hurry up, Andy. Kick it off with the NBA. Last night, it tipped off the Lakers. The Bucks. The Bucks made a statement. Give me your assessment of the Milwaukee Bucks.
I mean, I think it was my good friend Steve Taylor that told me they're the champs until you beat the champs, right? And I'm pretty sure that they proved that with the statement they made last night. Now, I know it's only one game, but Steve, everybody came back. They didn't lose anybody off that team. And you're seeing what that does in the NFL right now with Tampa Bay, right? They didn't lose anybody either. They're 5-1. So Milwaukee's going to be there again. Will they win it? I don't know if I'm going to go that far. It's early. I'm not giving you a prediction yet. You got to wait for that. That's going to keep people tuned into this show. You're not getting that prediction in week one, okay, on night one. But they looked really good last night. And I think the Kyrie distraction is affecting the Nets more than they're leading on.
No. Okay, here. Let me tell you, Andy, the Bucks have heard all offseason. The Nets are the team to beat. The Bucks have heard all year. The Nets are going to win the Eastern Conference. And the Bucks are like, wait just a damn minute. Didn't we beat the Nets last year? Aren't we the reason that they lost last year? Okay. And we're all back, like you said, so the continuity's back, and they added shooting. Man, to beat a man, you gotta beat the man, and they wasn't interested in that shit last night, and they took it to them. What they made was a statement. It was like, oh yeah, all right, here it is. Now, I'm not saying that it's going to last a whole year. I'm with you on that, brother. But I'm telling you, last night, they weren't hearing that, man.
Yeah, you know, everybody wants to say that they got by the Nets because Harden got hurt. I'm not buying it. They were the better team. They deserved to win the championship last year. And Giannis started the season off with 32 points last night. You're not slowing that guy down anytime soon. So as long as he stays healthy, they're going to be in the thick of it all the way through to the end.
Yes. Hey, let's flip it over, man, and talk about the Lake Show. The Los Angeles Lakers. Give me your thoughts on what you saw.
Well, I didn't really watch too much of it because it was on the West Coast last night. But from what I gathered, based on articles and the box score and everything, it's going to take this team some time to learn how to play with that many all-stars, right? And we've seen that before. I mean, it happened to LeBron the first time he went to Miami. I do think, Steve, that this is the season where all of those older players, they're not going to be able to get through the season without significant time off the court. So I didn't have the Lakers in the finals, and I didn't see anything last night that makes me change my mind one way or the other.
Yeah, well, you know, it's going to take a while for them to figure it out, man. It really is, man.
Yeah.
Russell Westbrook last night. He was out of place. He was walking out. Man, the philosophy is going to have to change because you got two guys that really can't shoot on the floor. Then you've got the big fella, man, DeAndre Jordan out there, who is a space occupier. That's, man, room for us to operate. They're going to have to change something in their approach toward the game. Russ is more better in the open court. That means speed the game up. That means what they're going to have to do is probably take DeAndre Jordan, push him to the bench, and look, AD, excuse me, because there's only one AD in LA, and he wears 99 and he plays for the Rams. I'm talking, you're right, I'm talking the Brown. Let's go there. LeBron, you're gonna have to get your ass down there and play the 5. That's what's gonna have to happen. And you guys are gonna have to run. LeBron, you got to play the 4, and everybody's gonna have to sacrifice if you want to make this happen. And I'm gonna tell you, at some point, LeBron gonna be like, hey, this how it's gotta be.
I think that, I think you were just as surprised as I was when Westbrook went to LA because he's still in his prime, all right? He wants to get up and down the floor.
Yeah, he's exactly what they don't need.
He wants to be in the open court. This team can't do that anymore. They're all in their they're all over 35. They cannot do that for 82 games plus the playoffs, okay? So I think that they got caught up in the hoopla of an all-star team, right?
Right.
And I just think that it's not the right fit, and it's going to manifest that way throughout the season.
Yeah. So there you go, man. NBA tips off, man. So we'll be keeping a close eye on that. And what we also have been keeping a close eye on is the Ben Simmons situation. And real quick, did you see what happened there?
I did, yeah.
Okay.
I saw.
Yeah. You know, he's like, okay, all right, man. Y'all want to shit on me? I'm going to shit on you. That man was disinterested. I don't know if you saw the practice, but did you see the body language? Did you see what he wore? He wore sweatpants. Everybody else, man, was in Sixers gear. He had on sweatpants. He was disinterested. He was not interested in being there.
He showed up to collect a paycheck.
There you go, man.
That's simple. It's that simple.
You want to play
And
my
until
money,
they
man?
trade
Okay.
his ass, he's going to keep doing that and being a distraction. Look, Philly will be lucky to be in the top 5 in the Eastern Conference because they're going to be dealing with this until they trade him, Steve.
Got that right, man. And they better get it together. Now, there you go, the NBA. Let's move into the baseball playoffs. ALCS. Last night, the Astros. Man, what do you think about these dudes, man? I mean, man, these dudes get down to almost their final at bat, man, and they put up 7 runs in the 9th to tie the damn series. Come on, man.
Look, they want this World Series more than any other team in the history of Major League Baseball because they want to prove that cheating wasn't the reason they won. But until somebody convinces me otherwise, I still think they're cheating to get to where they're at. So anybody but Houston wins, and I'm going to be happy.
Yeah, well, you know what, man? Part of me, man, like them dudes, because they can rate, man. You know, it is what it is.
Oh, they definitely have talent. I mean, Correa, Altuve, Bregman, you just go down the list, and Bradley, they have a whole team of talent, right? But I think that ultimately their pitching staff and their bullpen can't match up with either LA or Atlanta if they get through Boston. Last I saw earlier tonight, it was 1-2 Houston in the 6th or the 7th.
You think they're going to lose this? Come on, man. I told you the Astros were going to make it to the series. They're going to the World Series.
Okay, that's fine, but they don't have the pitching to match up with LA or the Dodgers. So whoever comes out of the National League is going to win.
All they need is 2. All they need is 2 good pitchers. That's all they need.
We'll see.
They wouldn't have stars, man. I done seen it, man. Look, don't count out the Houston Astros. Let's move to the National League. Cody Bellinger last night, he hits a home run. Everybody wants to make a big deal out of his September struggles. But these dudes have a way of hitting big-time home runs. Him, Chris Bryant, all them dudes have a way of clutch hitting, man. You know, we saw Mookie getting clutch hits, man. These dudes, man, they're loaded.
Steve, there's something to be said about having done it before, right?
Done that.
They did it last year, and they know the position they're in. It's best of 7. It's not best of 3. It's not even best of 5. It's best of 7.
Yeah.
Now, I wouldn't want to keep winning games in the 8th or 9th inning. That's just me. But if you win, a win is a win, right?
Right. And Dodgers got it done. They pulled to a 2-1, stand 3-0 hole, man. Man, that would have been tough to climb out of. But they get right back in the series. It's 2-1. Hey, let's move to the NHL, man, which has dropped the bucket. There you go. I know you've been waiting on this, man.
Now we're getting somewhere.
There you go, man.
Now
Hey,
you're
man,
in my world.
I'm gonna give you some, hey man, some one hitters, man. Give me some one hitters, man. I ask the questions, you give the answers.
Let's do it.
The Seattle Kraken. What are they gonna do? Last time we had an expansion team, can you say Vegas Knights? What did they do? Well, they went to the Stanley Cup Finals. Can the Kraken take advantage of the same advantages given to them that the Vegas Knights had?
I don't think they're as talented as that Vegas team. I will say they're going to be in the thick of it. I don't know if they'll get in, but I think they're going to be either right there or they'll sneak into the playoffs because they have the depth with the draft that they had, the expansion draft, and it starts in goal. Philip Grubauer was a Vezina Trophy candidate 2 years ago. He leaves Colorado. He wants to prove that he can do it all by himself. I just don't know if they have enough scoring, but they have a hell of a blue line. They have a tremendous captain in Mark Giordano. That was a steal in the expansion draft. They have people that can put the puck in the net like Jordan Eberle, but I just don't know if they have enough, Steve, to do what Vegas did, but they have enough to potentially get in the playoffs.
Yeah. Remains to be seen. They definitely have a fighting chance. Let's look at the Canadiens. My goodness, and Carey Price. After a stunning run to the Stanley Cup Finals, man, they all went wholesale change. Andy, can they overcome all of these changes?
The changes aren't what concern me if I'm a Canadiens fan. I don't have a goalie until Carey Price comes back. And that's still a long way away from happening. And Steve, they have to find a way to stay around the 500 mark until he comes back. Otherwise, they're going to be out of it by the All-Star break.
Yeah. Along them lines, is anybody going to beat Tampa Bay?
Yes, I think the Islanders are going to get to the Stanley Cup Final this year. They have the team. They added some big pieces in the offseason. Literally, they put Zdeno Chara back on the blue line. Listen, he's 44. He's the Tom Brady of the NHL, okay? He is. He's 44 years old, and he can skate better than some of the 25-year-olds out there, okay? He's got the long reach. He can still play a physical game, and he still moves the puck out of the zone as good as anybody on the blue line in the NHL. The question with the Islanders is, can they find enough scoring up front? Can they get the same type of goaltending that got them to the semifinal, to the finals of the conference last year? If that happens, yes, they will get past Tampa Bay. But as long as 88's between the pipes, Tampa Bay's there in the end, regardless.
Real good, man. As we keep hurry up going. How many points, man, for Connor McDavid? I mean, this dude, man, the dude is unreal, man.
Without question, the best player in the league, and he has been for the last 3 years. I think he can get about 130 points if he stays healthy. He has that kind of productivity in him. Hell, Leon Draisaitl did it 2 years ago, 2 seasons ago, before COVID. The season before COVID, Draisaitl had 130. So, and McDavid scores more goals. So, 130 to 150 is possible. Will he get there? Used to be, I'll tell you that. And people know how to stop Connor McDavid now, and they didn't know how to stop him 2 years ago. So we'll see.
But he's got a running mate right now, man, and they're putting up Messier and Gretzky type numbers, man.
Those two are fun. If I'm buying a ticket to a visiting team in an NHL city, I want to see the Edmonton Oilers because they're special.
Yeah. Last one. Evander Kane. Man, what the hell is going on, man? Real quick, tell us what the hell is going on there, man.
Well, he just got suspended 21 games for violating COVID protocol. I'm not buying that, Steve. I think
Me either.
I think that's a cover-up. Just like it's almost similar to John Gruden, but without the context.
If it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a damn duck.
Right? Yeah. They're still investigating his illegal gambling off the ice involving games that he played in. And I think that you're using COVID as a cover story. And I've never seen anybody get suspended that many games for breaking protocol. So,
Right.
I mean, you know, you and I see right through it. the naive NHL fan will be like, oh, yeah, he broke COVID. No, they're still investigating, and this is giving them time to do that and kind of pushing it to the side so that everyone can focus on the hockey itself rather than the stories.
Man, there you go, man. That's it, man. Hurry up, man. Man, it just moves so fast, man.
Oh, it always does. I know.
Man, it does. It does. Oh my goodness. So you know that's what this is going to bring us to, man. It's going to bring us. It's going to bring us to the to our college football segment. Yeah. Let's get into this, man. And
you and I had a rough week last week on the picks.
Yeah.
Let's just start. Get it out of the way, Steve. Let's just get it out of the way. Yeah, we were way off last week, and to a fault of our own, I guess. But we're gonna have a bounce back week. I got a good feeling about that.
Well, man. It's the games aren't gonna be easy. I'm gonna tell you that now, man. They're not gonna be easy.
Well, they never are. You never make it easy. That's why we have the records we have. Otherwise, we'd have like 2 or 3 losses by now. No, we got to make it challenging, and we want to challenge ourselves in the process. So
I don't pick the easy games, man. That ain't no fun, man.
When have you and I ever taken the easy route of anything we've done together?
So what you want to do first, stud or dud, or you want to do the pick 'em?
Let's do stud or dud. I think that's catching on each week, and I keep hearing a lot of momentum behind that segment. So let's get right into it. I'm excited to see what you got for this week.
Duds or duds, man. All of these are top 10 teams, man. And let me tell you, Andy, I got called out on one of my duds last week. I got called out on my Iowa Hawkeyes dud. Mm-hmm. How can you say that, Steve? This is when the show played at 10. I was getting called at 11:30. How could you say that about the Iowa Hawkeyes? You know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm. And they proved it.
And I said, look, I see dud. And an hour and a half later, I was sending text messages stating my case. So with that said, studs or duds, here we go.
Let's do it.
The Michigan State Spartans, stud or dud?
I think I'm gonna have to go with dud, Steve. I think they've had a little bit of an easy schedule. Getting Walker as a transfer has obviously improved that offense, but I've seen some things recently from their quarterback that have me concerned, and I don't think their defense can play like this for 5 more games. I'm going to say dud.
Wow. Remember, I was hot on Sparty out of the gate.
I don't know.
Man, Sparty has the ability to run the football. They do 2 things well. They run the football and they play defense. Okay? And the last time I checked, they play in the Big Ten Conference, where it's getting ready to get cold. They run, they play defense. They run, they play defense.
Okay. I see where you're going with this.
Stud.
All right.
Let's go with quote unquote big brother. The Michigan Wolverines. Stud or dud?
I have to see. Steve, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm an Ohio State fan. Until the day I go in the ground, and when I was 2 years old, I came up in scarlet and gray. So I'm taking off my podcast hat. I'm taking off my analyst hat, and I'm going to say this, and I don't care if it pisses people off. I will never, ever give the Michigan Wolverines credit, okay? So they're always going to be a dud in my book.
Okay. I, too, am a big Buckeye fan. A huge Buckeye fan. That said, I'm also a sports analyst who keeps it real.
Mm-hmm.
I look at the University of Michigan with their ability to be able to run the football. Didn't we just go through this?
We did just go through it.
What conference do they play in?
The Big Ten.
You have to run the football in the Big Ten. They can run the football. You have to have a defense that flies around the football and has the ability to make plays. They have that. Whatever you say about Michigan and however you feel about Michigan, they're rated number 6 in the country. You have to give them credit for that. Harbaugh has finally understood I don't have to be what I'm not. Run the ball, just look at my damn brother. Run the football. Win some games. That's what they're doing. Stud. Michigan. Much as it pains me. The Oregon Ducks.
Couldn't bring myself to do it. I know as an analyst and a real sports guy.
Keep it real.
I can't do it, Steve.
Gotta keep it
That's
real,
the one
man.
thing I will never keep real, okay? All right, moving on.
The Oregon Ducks. Stud. We're done.
D-U-D. Did you know I was going to go dud? Is that why you did it?
Wow. No, I didn't.
Okay, I'll tell you why, okay? They barely, at home, beat California in a night game, only by 1 touchdown. They lost to Stanford, who's a 500 football team at best, and their quarterback is inconsistent. And they have one guy on defense. And if he's not playing well and somebody double teams him, they have problems on defense. So those are the justifications that I'm providing you for calling them a dud, despite the fact that they came into Columbus and won.
And I'm glad you said that. Because that's where I'm going to lead off. The fact that they had the moxie to come into Columbus and win and expose Ohio State. The number 5 ranked Ohio State Buckeyes. Those games that you talked about, other than the Stanford game, and the Stanford game, have you seen the wide receivers for the Stanford Cardinals? Have you seen their receiving corps? They don't have a receiver smaller than 6'3".
I know that.
Yeah, matchup problem, and they took it better to the matchup. Matchups, man, make games. It was a bad matchup for them on the outside, and they still was in that game. But the other games that you talk about, well, they held on to beat. They won. The object is to win, Andy. Win. The Oregon Ducks win. Mario Cristobal has his boys playing. And that guy that you're talking about, the defensive player, Thibodeau, that guy who's going to be the consensus number 1 pick in next year's draft, that guy. That's just not a guy. That's a dude.
Okay.
Yeah. Oregon Ducks. How about that, man? There we go. Another week.
Hey.
Does it does.
That's why I love this segment, because you just never know what you're going to get, right?
Don't know.
You didn't think I was coming dud, and I didn't think you were going to go stud.
Right.
So there you go.
That's it. Man, the fastest moving hour, man, in sports talk,
Yeah,
man. Make sure you
anytime.
click that like button, man. Click that like button, man. Make sure you click it. Tell a friend, man. Subscribe. Hit that notification button next to it. Yeah, man. We're getting just so much talk. I love it, man. I love it, Andy.
And for the fans out there that have been with us since day one, this is going to get sexier. I'm just telling you right now.
You have no
we got
idea.
graphics.
You have no
we
idea.
got-
You have no idea.
We got videos. We got all.
Here's the thing. We ain't even told nobody. Shh. We ain't even told nobody yet.
You got to
We
give
ain't
us
told nobody.
time. It's coming, folks.
Yeah.
You just got to give us time.
You know
We
what's
got
coming right
bills
now?
to pay.
You know what's coming right now?
Top 10.
There you go. Number 10, those Oregon Ducks that we were talking about. This is via the Associated Press. Number 9, Michigan State Spartans. Number 8, Oklahoma State Cowboys. Number 7, the Penn State Nittany Lions. Number 6, the Wolverines of Michigan. Number 5, the Ohio State Buckeyes. Number 4, the Alabama Crimson Tide. Number 3, it was currently taking over the number 1 spot as the most fraudulent team in America is
Oklahoma.
Sooners. Number 2 is the Cincinnati Bearcats. Number 1, Georgia. Andy, mix and match. Tell me where you'd move up, where you'd moving down.
Well, I know Oklahoma's undefeated, but you and I both agree that 3 is way too high for them. It's just way too high. They are not the 3rd best team in the country, Steve. They're not. They should be down to 5 or 6, at least.
6.
Okay, I'll go there. I'll go there. That's fine. Everybody below that, they're interchangeable as far as I'm concerned. I think that's the right order for right now based on records. I would say that there are some teams behind the top 10 that could move up this week if a couple upsets happen. But for now, it's Georgia and it's everybody else until the SEC championship. I'm just telling you right now.
Man, I'm starting to smell a rat. Because, see, like, if Alabama, man, what if Alabama goes and houses Georgia? Are you going to invite Georgia just because they're number 1 all year?
Well, it's funny you say that because I was listening to this exact same conversation on the way home from Dustin Fox, who's a former Ohio State Buckeye, and he's a radio host here in Cleveland, and he sometimes does color analyzing on television. And they spent 10 minutes, and I think we should do the same thing, Steve, because it's a very entertaining conversation to have, right? If Alabama beats Georgia, are you automatically putting 2 teams from the SEC in because Georgia's only loss is to Alabama?
I mean, that's great.
I'm telling you right now, that's what the committee would do because that's what the committee does. They suck off the SEC like it's no tomorrow, right? We've seen that happen since this thing started. But that leaves an interesting scenario. Those final 2 spots. Let's say, just because it hasn't happened in 10 years, let's say Ohio State keeps beating Michigan and they run the table through the rest of the year, including the Big Ten championship. There's no way on planet Earth you're leaving that amount of money and that type of fan base out of that playoff if they only have 1 loss and they've beaten 4 top 10 teams to get there. Okay, so they're in. I got news for you. The Buckeyes run the table. There's no way they're not getting in. All right? But that being said, what if both Oklahoma or Oklahoma State go undefeated and Cincinnati runs the table? Oh, my Lord. Is the committee going to shit their pants?
Yeah, but the problem that Cincinnati's going to have is the style points because they have nothing else to look forward to. They already have their style, their top 10 victory. They don't have another top 10 opponent on the schedule.
They could have a top 15 one if SMU keeps winning because that's their last game of the season.
Yeah, but yeah, if and so you got to hope for that. But like, it's the heavyweights. Until you guys open it up, man, it's going to be the heavyweights, man. It's going to be the heavyweights.
Absolutely. And I think that it would be the best thing for college football for a team like Cincinnati to get into the playoff and show and prove the committee wrong that they're not biased towards the same 6 teams in the country every year, even though those 6 teams find a way to earn it. It's not like they're just placing them in there in week 1. They still got to earn it. They still got to get there, right? But now you got to start thinking about the Big 12. You got to start talking about Oklahoma State, not just Oklahoma, because they looked pretty damn good last week. And I'm not saying that they'll go undefeated, but if they keep winning, they have to start being part of that conversation, don't they?
Well, it's funny that you talk about Oklahoma State because they're part of our pick'ems.
Okay.
We both went 1 and 2 last week. That puts me at 500. You're 1 under 500, man. Let's pick them up this week.
I got to find a way to get you, but I don't know if it's going to be this week. Let's wait and see what the games are first.
Oklahoma State, the Cowboys, number 8 in the country, on the road to take on the Cyclones of Iowa State. Iowa State is a 6.5 point favorite. Who you got?
6.5 at home?
Didn't stutter.
Oh man, give me the Cowboys all day. I mean,
Wow.
I'm not saying they're gonna. They could lose this game. They could, but there's no way that they're gonna lose it by more than 7 points. Give me Oklahoma State to cover.
Now, you don't like the one that can coach? The former Toledo coach?
Come on, Matt Campbell.
Yes.
He's got a running back and a quarterback, but he doesn't have anything other than that.
You know, again, Andy, I'm proud of you because you started to listen to your brother. You started to listen to the sports guy. You know, I do think Iowa State can Oklahoma State can win the game. I think they're going to have a letdown after last week's big game, but I think they have enough to get over the hump to win the game. I'm going to take Oklahoma State and the points. USC against Notre Dame. Now, listen to this now.
All right.
Notre Dame is a 7-point favorite. The number is 27. Notre Dame scores 27 points. Going on. Under that, even against the spread, they got a losing record. USC, Notre Dame, who you got?
Is it in South Bend?
It is out west. Let's double check that. Double check that from you, Andy.
I can double check it. Give me 2 seconds. More than 2 seconds. Don't be literal. Damn it, wrong one. Hold on. I'll get there. There we go. College football.
USC in disarray. You told the coach to kick rocks.
It is in South Bend. It is a night game.
South Bend, so it
is a night game in South Bend. Seven? Actually, Steve, it's down to 6.5.
Okay, see, we talked about this last week, but when we do this, it's when I take it's like when you put the bet in. When you put the bet in, if you get it at 7, you get it at 7.
All right, so you want to put the bet in at 7, even though the official line is 6.5?
The bet's in at 7.
All right, the bet's in at 7. Give me Notre Dame. What the hell? If they play the right quarterback, they'll cover. That's going to be the key. But I'll leave it at that.
The one thing I like about Notre Dame is their defense. But the one thing I like about USC is its offense. And they got a defense that can get after it. They are up and down. 27 is the number. I don't think Notre Dame can get to 27. So give me the Trojans and the points.
Okay. There's the game I can catch you on. So we'll see.
We're going to stay out west. The Oregon Ducks. They're on the road, taking on the USCLA Bruins. 59 is the number. Both teams have been involved in 59 point affairs, scoring 59 and its opponent scoring 59 points combined. That tells me shootout. Shootout, who do you favor? UCLA, Oregon?
Status quo being a shootout, I'm taking UCLA's offense in that scenario. And I believe you and I, when we started this thing, picked UCLA to win the Pac-12. Did we not?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah. UCLA's at home. There's a lot riding on this game for Oregon, obviously. What's the spread on this one? UCLA
2.
by 2.
Yes.
So you basically have to pick UCLA to win this game. As critical as I was earlier about Oregon, man, boy, this is a tough one. I think that guy, not that just that other player, that number 5. I think this is his. Oh yeah, I'm the number 1 draft pick king, and I think he takes it over. I'll take Oregon to cover and to win. So give me Oregon.
Ooh. See, the fact that Oregon has lost the running back that they had. UCLA is very gracious in giving it up, but they got a potent offense. And Chip Kelly wants to get back. This is his get back game. This is the Chip Kelly get back game. I'm gonna tell you, Chip Kelly, if you let me down, I ain't messing with you no more. But I'm gonna take UCLA. I'm gonna take UCLA to win.
All right, so now I got a chance to catch you and pass you.
Yeah, that's what they say.
That's gonna be.
That's what they say.
I'll be tuned into these games very closely this weekend, my friend.
Oh my goodness. All righty, that's it, man. College
There's
football, man. You know what's next, man. You know, what does that bring up next, brother?
Only our favorite topic, which is the NFL, because who talks about the NFL better than the real sports guys?
Yeah, well, then that's kind of how it goes.
I don't think anybody else really.
It is.
Yeah,
it is. You lined them up.
I've had a lot to say around the office this week, and they cannot wait to hear what I exactly have to say right here on this show. So let's get it.
Channels and
well, you know what? With that said, why don't you just, sir, take the floor? I know you have. We're going to give it Andy's hour. This is the segment where Andy we affectionately call it Andying.
Yeah, well, Andying is accurate this week, okay? Because the Browns are a shit show right now, right? Granted, they've got a lot of things against them, most notably Nick Chubb being hurt. However, Steve, I have my hot takes for the week. All right.
Go.
You ready for this one? I don't care how much talent you have. We are in week 7 of the NFL season, and your stupid ass line and your stupid ass defense committed 9 penalties for 88 yards. That is inexcusable and undisciplined football. Okay. So we'll start there. 3 turnovers, 2 by Baker alone, because he shouldn't have been on the field in the first place, because he was playing through an injury that he had no business playing through because it hurt the team. Only 19 rushing attempts before Kareem Hunt went out of the game. You only called 19 rushing attempts. I keep hearing all offseason about the depth of the backfield of this team. You got Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb, and then you got guys waiting in the wings like Dearness Johnson and Demetric Felton. Step up, boys. You're going to have to now because both those guys are on the shelf for a while. 6 ticky-tack penalties, according to the analysts on the broadcast, Steve. And, oh, by the way, one of those analysts was a former referee, okay? When that guy gets on and says that was ticky-tack, that's a bunch of bullshit. Alex Van Pelt is the offensive coordinator. Is he not?
AVP.
Why the hell was he calling plays last year and he's not doing it this year? Can you explain that to me?
Because
I would
I'm
like
the
an
man.
explanation for that.
I'm the man. He's just the man standing next to the man.
You're the man. That's supposed to be the head coach, not the play caller. Give it back. You got too much on your plate. Joe Woods, got to go. That's enough about that. The remaining schedule for the Browns is one of the toughest in the NFL. Their remaining opponents, I did the math this week, have a record right now of 26-18. That's 8 games above 500. You find me another team that's playing a schedule that tough for the rest of the year that has to win games. All that being said, they still have 6 games in the division, which means they still control their own destiny as far as winning the AFC North or getting into the wild card. Now, for me, it's wild card because Baltimore is on another level right now, and Lamar Jackson is the MVP the way that he's playing. That's not even close. Okay? Steve, they don't have time. After Thursday, they get a mini bye because they get the weekend off and then they have next Sunday, right? There are 20 players, 20 on the injured list right now that are either on the injured reserve, out, or questionable to play tomorrow night in Denver. Somehow, despite all that, you have a guy that can win you a football game in Case Keenum. You have talent in the backfield.
Okay.
And you still have that guy on the end, number 95, who's leading the NFL in sacks. You have to win this football game. I don't care what it takes. You got to find a way. You have to, or your season's done. Yeah, I'll say it. Your season is over if you don't go into this mini break at 4-3.
Yeah, this is the best win for the Browns. You know,
They have to get this
See,
game.
the good news. The good news
the rest
is
of the AFC is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
The rest of the AFC is playing good football. So the wild card has to be on their mind.
the good news is that they have a coach and quarterback who's been there and done that before. He's done that with the Minnesota Vikings, man.
Right.
He understands what Case Keenum's strengths and weaknesses is. And I like Case's attitude. Case says, look, when you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready. And that's been my moniker in life, man. When you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready.
Absolutely
Case
right.
Keenum, man, he ain't going to go out and win you a bunch of games, but damn it, he ain't going to go out and lose the damn game either. That's one thing about him, man. He'll find ways to win. And people, please, Cleveland Brown fans, quit throwing the damn ball to number 13, man, in crucial situations. He ain't Jarvis Landry. He ain't the damn law firm. I don't understand. Well, I don't understand it. Why in the hell are you going to no fourth down? The hell with him.
I'll tell you what, though. I agree with you that he should not get the ball in those crucial downs. However, he has a little bit of a beat if you watch the tape like I have. He's open and Baker's not finding him, Steve. That's been the problem. And I would love to see. I would love to see OBJ healthy with Case Keenum on the field because it's going to show that Baker's not finding him when he's open.
Andy, that's fine. That's fine and good. That's a great beat. But when you open and he throws your damn ball on fourth down, catch it. See, that makes a whole lot more sense.
Yeah, of course, yeah. I'll tell you what I'm seeing and what I saw and what I knew, I should say. As soon as Jarvis went down, I went like this and I said, "Oh shit," to my wife.
You know.
And she's a Jarvis Landry fan. She's probably the biggest one because of what he does with cystic fibrosis. But I looked at her and I said, "We're in trouble." "Oh, it's only one game." I said, "No, we're in trouble. The offense doesn't operate the same without him as an option for Baker Mayfield." And they have to find, they thought they found that guy in Schwartz to replace Jarvis. You can't replace Jarvis Landry, Steve.
No.
You cannot do it.
That's it. This week, in my hand, NFL Power Rankings. You ready for it, Andy?
I'm ready because I got some disagreements on this one.
And that's what I want to hear. Number 10. The Cincinnati Bengals. Big plays. Defense is kind of stingy. Get after you. The new look unis. Welcome to the top 10, Cincinnati.
Yeah, you can say that, but they're not going to last because they're going to lose to Baltimore.
Come on right now.
What's that?
Come on right now.
Right now, I still don't think they're a top 10 team. There are teams that have the same record as they do that are better than they are. So I think that's fraudulent to me.
Okay. All right. We shall see. But right
That's my
now,
opinion.
Cincinnati Bengals, they're number 10. Number 9. Like I said before, they have Patrick Mahomes, and you don't. The Kansas City Chiefs.
they're just not going to give up on this team because of one guy, right? One guy. I mean, Steve, until the second half, did they look like a top 10 team to you last week?
Well, that's why they play 2 halves, Andy.
Well, I get that, but I'm asking you a question.
They had moments.
Outside of number 15, okay? Because we know what he can do and what he does, and he does his thing. Look at the team, okay? This is a team ranking. This isn't a player ranking. This isn't an athlete ranking. This is a team ranking. That is not a top 10 football team. They have major issues on defense.
Okay, all right. Tell you what, number 15 covers up a lot of those flaws, man. He continues to do that.
He does. I'll give you that.
Why I got him ranked number 9 in this week's power ranking poll. Number 8, the Chargers of Los Angeles. Maybe they aren't as elite as you thought they were after all, huh?
They got a reality check last week, obviously. As I stated before the Browns game, the Chargers are a better team at home than maybe anybody else in the NFL. But they got to get it done on the road. And last week, they couldn't do that. Now, Baltimore is finding their groove early, which is dangerous, right? And Lamar Jackson is just separating himself from everybody else, except maybe Tom Brady. But this is a playoff team. I still think the Chargers are going to be in it. And I still think that they can get into the wild card.
Hey, let's put it on camera. Lock them in. Playoffs. Lock it in right now.
No, I'm not there yet. I'm not going to lock it in. Are you? Would you? Would you lock it in right now after 6 weeks?
No.
Exactly. See, I think like you do. Not yet. Not yet.
Number
I haven't
7.
seen enough.
The Green Bay Packers. And people, the man with 2 A's in his name, he ain't lying, Chicago Bears fan. He owns you. 22-5. He owns you.
I'll tell you what. If I'm a Packers fan, I'm jumping out of my seat. I'm throwing shit in the air. I'm popping champagne bottles. That's the Aaron Rodgers that I need to see. I need to see that fire. When he said what he said, and I don't want to repeat it because it's crude, I even smiled. It's factual. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely factual. But that's the guy that can win them a Super Bowl.
Let me ask you this, though. Aaron Rodgers can lift Green Bay and hide all of their defensive flaws. But Patrick Mahomes, you said he can't. I mean, come on, you can't have it both ways, Andy.
I didn't say he can't. I never said he can't. I said that their defense does not make them a top 10 team. Don't put words in my mouth. I never said he can't.
The defense of Green Bay is not a top 10 team. The fact that they have that man with 2 A's in his name makes them a top 10 team.
But look at what their defense has done the last 3 weeks. It's improved. Kansas City's defense has not. That's the difference for me.
It's improved. The schedule has improved.
Okay. All right, you called me on that one. All right, you got me on that one.
Okay, but right now, right now, Green Bay Packers, I got them at number 7.
What have they won? 5 in a row? Yeah, it's 5 in a row. They started 0-1 on that embarrassment to New Orleans, and they haven't lost since. So you got to give them credit right now.
Number 6, the Dallas Cowboys. Nice win. Dak Prescott is becoming a clutch player. Clutch jeans. But damn it, you shouldn't have been in a dogfight with a damn rookie quarterback in the first place. And that rookie quarterback was having his way with you, dog. Until Dak said, I had enough.
Listen, he did it again, Steve. Trayvon Diggs saves the game, right? That interception.
Yeah, but the next play, what happened, Andy?
He went for another one, and it cost him a touchdown.
Yeah, he was reading names. You know why? And I kept asking myself, why do they keep throwing at this guy? Why do they keep throwing at this guy? Especially after he picked that one off. Why do they keep throwing? And then the next play, I had my answer. You know why?
They throw at him.
That's why they throw at his ass. You're exactly right.
He's too aggressive because he has so many picks right now.
It's former bust.
But, yeah, I mean, and you can't win that way. You can win the East that way, which is what I said they would do at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
And until that comes to fruition, I'm gonna keep saying it because I know you're gonna give me credit for that. I know you will.
Yeah. Well, when it
But I
happens,
also
if it
said-
happens, I will. If it happens, Washington Redskins. I mean, the Washington football team is right there. They ain't far off of them.
Okay.
So we got a number 6, number 5, the Buffalo Bills. Nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. However, and I do believe in pick 6 last week. I told you, a tough ask to ask that team to go in the Arrowhead on a Sunday night, to back that up, to go into Tennessee on a Monday night and win both of those games. You know, Josh Allen probably had his worst game of the season this past week. And they still had a damn chance to win the damn game. He took them down the field with a chance to win it. Championship medal that they have. Your thoughts, Buffalo Bills at number 5?
I think we both picked Buffalo.
No, you did not pick Buffalo.
I didn't pick Buffalo.
I picked Tennessee.
I want to see the tape on that.
Yes,
I think,
rewind the tape. You picked
all right, I'll
Buffalo.
watch
You remember?
All right,
you
I'll
remember?
watch that. All right.
I said, rewind, and I'll tell you exactly what I said. Denzel Washington said, remember the Titans. Make them remember the Titans.
You know what? You're right. I stand corrected. All right. Buffalo, my Super Bowl pick, right? What happened Monday night doesn't change that, Steve. It doesn't. I still think that they're the best team in the AFC. You know, listen, nobody in this league is going to win 15 or even 14 games in this long of a season. It's too talented of a league. It's not going to happen. It's just not.
Yeah, you're going to drop some games along the way.
Yeah,
yes, and they're still in position to win the damn game. They should have won the game.
And I don't like the play call at the end. I think if they had a different play call, they win the game.
No. I think if he goes over the top instead of trying to go left, he freaking gets in.
All right, speaking of that, by the way, I forgot one more hot take, and I'm really pissed at myself that I didn't throw this in there because it was the first one I wanted. I just didn't write it down. Stop going for 4th down. Take the damn points. Kick the damn field goal. Punt the ball. Stop doing it. It's costing you games early. You don't understand. When you let a team like Arizona go down and score a touchdown in the first drive, and you got a chance to get points on your first drive, so you don't go down 2 touchdowns, it's exactly what happened. Take the damn point.
Yeah.
All right, back to the top 10.
Number 4, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Tom Brady. It is what it is.
4?
Yeah, number 4.
Okay. All right, well, I have them higher than that, but okay.
Number 3, I have the Los Angeles Rams, Matthew Stafford and company. Number 2, I have the Ravens of Baltimore Ravens.
Right now, Baltimore is the best team in the AFC. I think in the end it'll be Buffalo, but right now Baltimore is the best team in the AFC.
And number 1, we got the Arizona Cardinals.
Steve, you can't not give credit to an undefeated team, the only one that's left. And, oh, by the way, somebody woke up J.J. Watt. Oh, I know who it was, a rookie offensive tackle. But now that he's got that fire lit and they get Chandler Jones back off the COVID list, I mean, this is turning into a threat now. You have to be – I know you said you'll get him on the rematch, but as a Rams fan – you're keeping an eye on their schedule now, are you not?
No, I'm not. Because, man, hey, man, you play the games that are ahead of you, man. I know we got some guys again. Man, I saw the game. We watched the tape. I have the tape. I have the all 22 in there that I've went over several times. You know, and there was 2 plays that changed the game. It was 2 plays, you know. The Sony Michel fumble was huge. Because he did it in the red zone at a time, man, when we were getting ready to go down there and score. They took it and stuck it right in our face, you know, right before the half. And that's what gave them the distance between us and them, man. You know, and then, you know, again, going for it on 4th down, like, you know, like you're talking about. McVay chose to do that. He came up short on it instead of taking the damn points. But, you know, it is what it is, man. It's a play here. It's a play there, man. You know, it was just one of them days, man. It was their day. They wasn't interested in it, man.
And like you just said, you're gonna have games like that in the course of a 17-game season. Hell, you were gonna have them in the course of a 16-game season. It's just human nature. You cannot play to that level. That's why only one team in the entire history of the NFL.
Let's finish undefeated. Real quick, pick six, man. We're up against the clock, Andy.
Do it.
At the pick six last week, you were 3-3. I was 4-2 in the pick six. Kansas City at Tennessee. Who you got?
Oh man. I really like what I saw from Tennessee. They play better football at home. I'm going to remember the Titans this week. I think they're heading in the right direction, and I still think that Kansas City's defense can't stop Derrick Henry, so I'm going to take the Titans.
You can take the Titans. Andy. Don't believe. You just don't believe.
I got to see more, Steve. I hope
they
I'm wrong.
have 15, and you don't.
Okay.
I'm going to take the Kansas City Chiefs.
Okay. By the way, 15's given up the ball a lot lately.
Yeah, he's got to stop doing that, but they still got him. He makes up a lot.
All right.
Carolina Panthers against the New York Giants at New York. Who you got?
Danny Dimes playing?
Danny Dimes is playing.
Steve, I think Carolina was fraudulent. I'm going to take the Giants in an upset.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm
really?
wowing myself on that one, but why the hell not? Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold. They have a great defense, but the Giants are going to find a way. They have to. I mean, you can't lose a game like this at home. This is a winnable game for them. They need to win it, and I think they'll do it. So I'll take the Giants.
All right, well, man, I'm not going to even play with you, man. I'm taking the Carolina Panthers, man. I saw what Rams defense did to the Giants offense last week. It's not going to be much of a drop-off this week. Carolina does have guys that run around football. Give me the Carolina Panthers in this one. The New York Jets travel to play the New England Patriots. Rookie quarterback versus rookie quarterback. Which rookie quarterback you got?
Well, I really liked the way Mac Jones played last week, and Zach Wilson had a bye week, so he had a lot of time to prepare. But, Steve, Bill Belichick eats rookies alive, and it's in Foxborough. So, to me, this is a lock. It's New England.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. Yeah. You give me Belichick against a rookie quarterback any day of the week. I'll take the Patriots. The New Philadelphia Eagles, they travel to Vegas to take on the Raiders. It is Jalen Hurts against a grease fire that is known as the Raiders. Who you got? Eagles or the Raiders?
Steve, that grease fire blew up last week in a big way and was very impressive. I think now that the John Gruden saga is behind them, this is still a very talented football team. And Jalen Hurts, I don't think, is the answer for Philly. I'm not saying he's not the answer for another team. I just don't think he's a good fit in Philly. And I don't think they have enough help for him. And the Raiders play really well in that new stadium in Vegas. So I think they're going to get to 5-2. I'll take the Raiders on this one.
Ooh. Taking the Raiders, huh? I'm going to take the Raiders as well, man. You kind of see, man, Versace got them dudes, man, on an uptick. He kind of got his hands on the squad, man. They do the small things well, man. Give me the Raiders in this one. Indianapolis, the Colts traveling to play the 49ers. Who you got?
Well, I think Indy, is playing better football lately. I know they've had a favorable schedule the last couple weeks, but I still think Carson Wentz is better than the rookie quarterback. And I know it's in San Francisco, but Indianapolis has to win this game if they want to keep Tennessee in their sights, right? And they have to win this game. And I think they know that. And San Francisco, to me, is already out of it in the West because the Rams and the Cardinals are separating themselves in that division. So I don't think San Francisco has enough heart to want to win this game. And I think that there's a lot of talk outside of their organization about trades coming up that's going to be a distraction. Now, they still have Bosa on defense, but, you know, I just really like the way the Colts have been playing. And like I said, they have to win this game to keep an eye on Tennessee or keep them in their sights. So I think they can go out there and get it done. So give me the Colts.
Yeah, give me the Colts as well. Last one, the game of the week, the Cincinnati Bengals. Travel to Baltimore to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Who you got?
Joe Burrow is going to get a taste of what it's like to play in a big game for probably the first time in his career. Would you not agree with that? Would you not agree with that? If this is the biggest game of his career so far?
Yeah, I would say that.
Okay, all right. That being said, what did I just say about 10 minutes ago? Baltimore's the best team in AFC. They are on another level. And I don't think Cincinnati can stop Lamar Jackson in that offense. And Baltimore's got a defense that can really shut down Jamar Chase, which, by the way, is probably the only reason Cincinnati is 4-2, because nobody wants to cover his ass. Marlon Humphrey's going to shut him down. Baltimore's going to win, and they're going to go 6-0.
Let me tell you something. Ravens are on upset alert this week. I'm telling you, the Ravens better be on upset alert this week because the Cincinnati Bengals are the real deal. Man, it's the reason that I put them guys, man, in the top 10 because they have the ability to be able to make the plays, man. That offense, man, can go up and down the field, man. They can run it, they can throw it. They got a tight end that can make plays. Man, they're very dynamic. They're a better team that you give them credit for, man. I'm telling you, I promise you. They got a lot of Buckeyes, man, on that defensive side of the ball, man. Sam Hubbard, he came out of nowhere. Who thought, man, he would be another Bosa? Well, that's what he is, Joey Bosa Jr. Nick Bosa Jr. That's exactly what he's doing for them. They're getting it done. However, Ravens have, man, that guy who can go into a phone booth. So that said, give me the Baltimore Ravens, man. That's our music playing, man. Another week, man, in the books. Make sure you click that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you tell a friend, man. Bring a friend. Tell a friend, man. Tell everybody, man. Tell them about us, man. Tell them, you know, hey, look, we know what Keeping It Real Sports is about. We know where Keeping It Real Sports is located. Man, come and see us. Talk to us every Saturday morning. Andy, until next week, we wish you love.